In a surprising turn in the ongoing U.S. China trade war, Washington has announced a temporary exemption on tariffs for certain Chinese consumer electronics, a move Beijing has acknowledged as a small step in the right direction, though it continues to demand the complete removal of all trade barriers. China's Ministry of Commerce responded swiftly, urging the U.S. to return to a path of mutual respect and to correct what it called Washington's mistakes. The development comes amid heightened trade tensions, as China's retaliatory tariffs of up to 25% on American imports came into effect over the weekend. These were in response to President Donald Trump's earlier imposition of 15% tariffs on a wide range of Chinese goods. Speaking to DW News, Veena Najibullah, Vice President for Research and Strategy at the Asia-Pacific Foundation of Canada, said the tariff exemptions were a concession largely made to U.S. tech companies. Major beneficiaries include Apple, NVIDIA, and Dell, companies that had lobbied the Trump administration for relief. Roughly 24% of U.S. imports from China fall under the category of electronics, making the exemptions a notable, albeit limited, de-escalation. Najibullah emphasized the broader geopolitical implications of the move, especially for Southeast Asia. It's a big win and a cause for relief for economies like Vietnam, Malaysia, and Cambodia, which export significant volumes of electronics to the U.S., she said. President Trump has maintained that several countries are reaching out to negotiate, suggesting he expects similar overtures from China. However, Najibullah cautioned that today's China is not the same as it was at the onset of the trade war. Beijing has developed a wider array of tools, she explained, including export controls, regulatory investigations into U.S. firms, and even bans on Hollywood films. Despite the potential for negotiations, the reality remains complex. China depends heavily on the U.S. market, with exports to the U.S. totaling around $500 billion annually. Deals will be made, Najibullah predicted, but their longevity is questionable, particularly with exemptions like these rumored to last only a month or two. This volatility poses significant challenges for both markets and consumers. In the short term, China may face economic headwinds, but it is actively diversifying trade relationships. President Xi Jinping's diplomatic push in Southeast Asia and renewed engagement with the European Union highlight China's strategy to strengthen ties beyond the U.S. Yet these moves create dilemmas for smaller economies. While eager to maintain strong relations with China, they remain wary of becoming dumping grounds for Chinese products displaced by U.S. tariffs. Najibullah noted, "We're witnessing the early stages of supply chain decoupling between the U.S. and China, a process that introduces deep uncertainty for global trade." As for the immediate future, China has signaled that no further tariff hikes are imminent, suggesting that its current measures have achieved their intended impact. Instead, Beijing appears to be prioritizing diplomatic outreach, positioning itself as a stabilizing force in contrast to what it portrays as American unpredictability. Whether this week brings new negotiations or further maneuvering remains to be seen. One thing is clear: the U.S.-China trade conflict continues to reshape the global economic landscape in profound and unpredictable ways.